All right, and welcome to this week's Python Thursday. It is getting close to Halloween, and I think it's a night where lots of people are busy. I know that there's a lot going on for everyone, so I am happy to be here with y'all in the Python group. We were wrapping up the Ante Up challenge this week, although I have a confession to make that I have not finished it yet. I'm hoping to finish it up this weekend. But I did get started on it. I have the basic framework set up and identifies a few things, but not all of the stuff that I set out in the challenge. Also, we've got some folks here. Derek, how you been doing?
I've been good. Doing a little, not too much Python. Tried to work on the Ante Up challenge, and ran into issues trying to get PyTest to run on my Python Anywhere environment.
Mm-hmm.
Can't quite seem to get it to find the modules, so I need to go back and try and figure out what's going on, which has been difficult, and nothing seems to have the answer on that. So.
I had a strange issue setting. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was just saying, I had a strange issue setting up PyTest on one of my laptops. So I started on one laptop, and I pushed it up to GitHub, and I put it back down on the other one. I was trying to do the thing where you do the pip install -e to get it to see it on your local computer. And I was getting this message that said I needed to have setup tools installed on my machine.
Okay.
And then so it wouldn't install even though I had setup tools installed, and I had basically, long story short, I think what it was, I ended up doing the pip install as sudo, and it suddenly worked. I think I tried it that way before, but it hadn't worked previously, and then all of a sudden it worked. I don't know if that's a similar situation to what you're facing on Python Anywhere, or if that's different.
I don't know. Everything that I'm seeing is saying that it's I need to mess with the Python path, and I can't seem to get that to work, where it will recognize where things are installed. So if I pull my tests out of the test directory.
Mm-hmm.
So within my base directory that I have my repo in, I've got one folder that has my module in it with all of my actual code, and then I've got another directory that has all of my test code in it.
Okay.
And from there, it can't find the module to pull it in to actually test it. If I take it and pull it back a layer so that it's in the root directory of this, then it finds it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's a similar issue, I think. I know that one way that is supposed to be the wrong way to get around it is to put an initpy in your test directory, but that's the wrong way to do it.
Wait, in your test directory?
Yeah. It works, but it's not the way that is supposed to be done.
I don't understand why putting it in your test directory means that the files in your test directory can files in your module directory.
Right, so they see each other, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but
okay.
It did work for me. The other way that I found that works is that you can take your module, whatever that is for your program, and if you put the setup.py in there, you can do a pip install -e, which I'm not sure what E stands for, but basically it makes it available on the machine so that when you run the tests, it's able to find your module.
So I put a setup.py in my root directory?
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can find a link to it real quick. Test. It's in the PyTest. Yeah, good integration practices PyTest. Here's the link. And go over here and then find the spot on the page where it is. You scroll down to here. It's just like maybe 2 screens down, maybe 1 screen if you have good resolution. It says, make sure that my package is importable pip by typing once pip install -e period, which it says install the package using setup.py in editable mode. So I guess the E is editable mode. And then after that, it says avoid the init.py files in your test directories. But give that a shot. I don't know if that works on Python anywhere. I know that will
To give that a try, see if it works.
cool. Cool, yeah. Let me know if that works out. So yeah. Anything else you've been working on this week?
I've been messing around with Travis CI.
Oh, cool.
Are you familiar with this?
I know what it is, but I haven't tried it.
So by adding in an it's typed, and I'm able to turn on write a file in my base directory that tells it how to run the tests on my so then every time I push a commit to GitHub,
right,
it'll automatically send it off and run it and make sure all the tests pass.
That's awesome. Does it send you some kind of summary, or does it have a reporting suite? Or
it has a reporting suite, and it also sends you an email.
Okay, cool. That's pretty nice.
I'm having the same issue there that I'm having on Python Anywhere, that it's not finding the tests. So I need to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I haven't worked in an environment with continuous integration, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. So yeah, let me know how that works too. That sounds pretty cool.
I will do that.
Awesome. So real quick, what is Travis written in Java? Because I know I've seen it in relation to Java stuff. Is it, what language?
I don't know. Well, it's a website. It's like it's like GitHub. I don't know what they're running their servers on.
Okay, so it's a service. It doesn't really matter what languages you're working with it, as long as you can put your hooks in. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you write a script in their own particular type of language to tell them how to run your tests. Good practices that I've seen for Python is that you can tell it what versions of Python you want it to run. So you can test 2.7 and 3.4 or 3.5 at the same time. And it'll even let you run the nightly build, so you can know the updates that they're looking to make are going to break your code.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. And as far as pricing or whatever goes, is it free to use?
Free for... I haven't had to pay for it yet.
Okay, that's good.
I think if you want to upgrade and get something special, it costs something, but like GitHub in that way. But for the basic service, for an open source project, it's free.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Well, apart from not finishing up my Ante Up this week, I did work on 2 things. I had there's a local Python group that meets up every couple of weeks, and I talked to them this week about kind of where the group wants to go moving forward. It's kind of a beginners group, so I think what we're going to do there is start with some basic Python stuff, but we also talked to some about Git this week, hoping to get some projects set up over there, some kind of project to get going as a group. But it's an exciting little fledgling group here in town. Hoping it meets every other Tuesday, I think. So hoping something comes of that. And yeah,
There's stuff that I've seen here too, but it's, we're a relatively small area,
Mhm.
and so it looks like it's only a couple of people there, and I don't know if I have the time to join something local when I've got
Right.
this group that meets weekly.
Well, we definitely don't want to lose you. So, yeah, if you have to pick one, maybe pick ours.
Yeah, you guys sort of won because, I can do it from home.
That's true. That's a plus. Other thing I worked on is put up the latest CodeNewbie challenge, which is going to replace the Ante Up challenge, and it has to do with zombies. I went with something that was a little Halloween themed, and hoping that it will turn out well. So, yeah, I can throw up a screen share real quick. Go into present mode. Get it off of the tunnel of death. There we go. So zombie alert. And the basic idea here is to make a little room, starting out with a single zombie and lots of humans. And they can move around. They need to stay inside the walls, but other than that, they can move around in random directions. And once a zombie touches a human, it becomes a zombie. So in the end, after some period of time, you're going to have a room full of zombies. So that's the basic idea behind this one. I think it should be fun. And I try to make it Halloween themed because, well,
Yeah.
we're what, like a couple days away from Halloween.
Any real specification on how they move? Or just random?
As far as stretch goals go, I put that if zombies get close enough to a human, they're going to try to pursue them, and if humans are close to a zombie, they'll try to run away. But just the basic challenge is there's no particular AI behind them. It's just getting them to kind of just randomly move around.
Okay.
So I thought that would be a good little thing to do. I'm hoping that I will get to that real soon once I finish up the Ante Up one. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Well, I've been enjoying the live coding. So if you're up for it, I would be happy to grab one of these live coding challenges and work on it for a few.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sounds good. So we got Daily Programmer here on Reddit. Let me turn on screen share so you're not looking at me looking at it. Okay, there we go. The easy one is consonant and vowels. The intermediate is a Fallout hacking game, which I don't know if you played Fallout 3. I played 3. That was the only one I played. But it's got this kind of mini game with hacking where you have to guess words. And then there's this one that I don't really know how to pronounce, but it could be like yours. So let's take a look real quick. Oh, wow. There's it's a fairly simple unknown logic game similar to Sudoku. The objective is to fill a square grid with either 0 or 1. There are a couple rules to follow. That looks pretty cool, but I want to stay away from hard for now. Let's look at.
Shall we start with an easy one, and then if it's
too easy,
try an intermediate?
Sounds good. Let's see. You were hired to create words for a new language. However, your boss wants these words to follow a strict pattern of consonant and vowels. You're bad at creating words by yourself, so you decide it would be best to randomly generate them. Your task is to create a program that generates a random word given a pattern of consonants and vowels. Any string of letters, C and V, uppercase or lowercase. A random lowercase string of letters in which consonants gives a list of consonants. It looks like every consonant. Occupy the given C indices and vowels A, E, I, O, U given by the V indices. So if we are given that pattern or that pattern or that pattern, it would output letters fulfilling that pattern. I think I can visualize how you would do that. Basically, you take your string, you'd split it up, and then you'd probably make a function to return either a vowel or consonant, and then just map them over to the correct values. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right to me.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at the intermediate and see if that is a better choice. The popular video games Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas have a computer hacking game where the computer must correctly guess the correct password from a list of same length words. Your challenge is to implement this game yourself. The game operates similarly to the classic board game Mastermind. Player has 4 guesses. On each incorrect guess, a computer will indicate how many letter positions are correct. For example, if the word is mind and the player guesses mend, the computer will indicate that 3 of 4 positions are correct. If the password is compute and the player guesses playful, the game will report 0 of 7. While some of the letters match, they're in the wrong position. Ask the player and present the player with 5 to 15 words of the same length. That looks like it could get someone involved. Let's. You see anything that strikes your fancy, or you want to keep looking?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Let's look at one more, maybe. Out. Where should Emma's house go? Never mind. That has numbers, lots of big numbers. Oh, how about the house that ASCII built? Christopher's always dreamed of living in a really fancy ASCII house. He's finally decided to make it happen. He works in a hedge fund, has made a lot of money in the Unicode markets, buying cheap Cyrillic code points and selling them to Russia. And he feels he's finally able to afford it. He hires Melinda, the ASCII architect, who designs and delivers the following asterisk blueprint. To make this beautiful drawing into a reality, he hires Lily, the ASCII contractor, to build it. It only delivers this beautiful creation. In case it isn't clear, the O's are windows and the A's are tops of the roof, and the double pipes is a door. Notice that each asterisk has been transformed into a box that is 5 characters wide and 3 characters tall. Notice that 2 neighboring boxes share an edge. Today you are to step into the shoes of Lily, the ASCII contractor. You are to be given an ASCII blueprint of a house, which you will then turn into a glorious reality. So I'm not really sure I understand how that first picture became the second one, because the right-hand side, or the left-hand side, looks totally different.
No, on the left-hand side, there's 2 blocks together.
Okay.
So there's 2 asterisks together on the left before you get to the second row. Those 2 are on the bottom, and then they have 1 large roof on top of both of them.
Okay. I see. So the roofs are additive, they're added on later. This is the shape right there.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I'm liking easy better than intermediate, though. Let's do the consonant and vowels and then see how it goes from there.
Sure.
All right. So let's do this. Okay. What is it called? Consonant and vowels. So from there. So we're going to accept some stuff. So let's make some inputs. We'll just start out with a single one. We'll call it CV, CVV, CV, CV. Okay. Oops. All right, so then we'll say def convert. Your eyes. Okay. So put your eyes. So that's the reserved word. Let's not use input. There, and that should be good. Baseline. Let's work on I3, Python. So, how do you want to attack this?
I would define a function that does the conversion for a single letter.
Okay. Do you want to make it only do a vowel consonant, or do you want to have it do anything?
I would probably have it do a consonant, a vowel, and then raise an error if it's something else.
Okay. And we'll just call it convert.
Letter?
That's crazy talk. All right, fair enough. And then...
So we're going to need some contains our... contains our consonants and vowels. But maybe we want to define that inside our... we're going to need something that contains our consonants, something that contains our vowels.
Okay.
And we're going to need to do some sort of conditional test, CV, or something else. So I don't know whether we want to define those variables inside the conditionals.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead and put them in here for now, and
Okay.
then if we need to move them, we can. Do you want to just do this as a string? A, E, I, O,
Sure.
U. Okay. And then consonants. It's gonna be a little more difficult. I guess I could just do this. And then go back and move. That's about right. Okay.
If letter dot lower, is that how we?
That is a
Is
good
it lower
question.
letter?
Okay. Python string case version. It is dot lower. So how about we do actually F is upper. There might be something in there already, but let's do this. If letter dot lower lower letter. Right. So if it's
I don't think we're going to need that.
you don't think so?
Well, are we supposed to be returning something a capital letter if it's a capital?
Yeah.
Oh, we are. I missed that.
So if it's capital, we need to capitalize it.
Well, that does make
Go ahead.
that does make things interesting.
It does.
No, we don't.
Don't need this.
Oh, I'm sorry. They don't do it, and then in another spot they say you need to. All right.
Cool.
Well, in that case, do if letter lowercase c.
What?
If letter equals.
Oh, it cut out. I didn't hear the equals. I was like, okay, that makes more sense.
Is there a ran.select?
There is. It is. It's import random and it's called choice, but that one works with a list. Would that work?
We'll just listify the string.
Okay, so if letter equals C, return to list. Like so. It's from choice. And then maybe for now we just say else return letter. Let's see what.
Sure.
Uh-oh. Let's pull this. None. Because we're not hooking it up yet.
Down there.
So it would be what, 4 letter in.
I was thinking we could do a list comprehension.
Okay. So then turn convert letter x for x in pattern list. All right. Let's turn that into a list. For each letter in that list, it'll do. It is like a map, basically.
Yeah, and then we want to return it as a string. So how?
Stringified?
I don't think stringifying it is going to quite do what we want. I was thinking open quote, yeah.
What?
I was thinking we should do that.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's see now what happens. I think that's working. Oh, there's only one consonant in there that's
C.
lowercase. Yeah. Oh no, there's 2.
Oh, is there? Oh yeah. Yeah, and things are switching around.
That's good. Okay, cool. So I think we'll do lowercase vowels next. Does that make sense?
Yeah. If.
What was that?
Do we want that to be else if instead, or
elif?
elif?
Elif, you are correct. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my internet connection, but it keeps fading in and out. So, these are some pretty awesome words.
Yeah.
Porridge. That almost looks like a real word. Codijo.
Caffeine?
Yep. So at this point, do we want to turn this here into its own? Well, I mean, I guess we could do elif for capital C and capital V.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not the most elegant way of doing this.
It might not be going to be the easiest, and
all right. Well,
I think we're more likely to break things trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay, fair enough.
And we probably want dot upper.
Yes, you are correct. Well, we could just do here, right? Dot upper. Not that it matters.
That big of a difference?
Oh.
There's going to be a little bit of hit because you need to do it to the whole string instead of just the one letter.
Okay, fair enough.
But I don't think it's going to be enough of a difference worth worrying about.
I'll switch it up. I think you made a valid point that it will be better to do it this way, so let's do it that way. Oh. Join sequence item 0 expected string instance.
Do you need parens after the upper?
Oh, I absolutely do. There we go. Now let's feed this a whole bunch of words. Let's make it so we can feed it a sentence.
Do we want to sing an error?
Do we want to what?
Raise an error returning letter?
Okay. Else, raise?
I believe so. I where? Capital V and capital E, I believe.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Value error.
Okay. Can you pass it a message, or is it just a...
You can pass it a message. I'm not sure what we want to...
Okay. Maybe just please use a pattern consisting of encountered rather than please. One won't be so polite. Pattern that was not consonant. All right. Consonant.
Looks good.
So then we should technically run put consonant. If we take that out. So now I want to make a gibberish sentence. So if we take
I don't think that's where you want to be doing that.
no, okay. You want to make a new function?
Don't. Oh, okay.
Split apart the words.
Yeah, we should be able to do that with just a split and a join.
Yeah. Converts the word RV. Okay. Let's pattern sentence and rejoins as converted words. Okay. And so Files.
Well, do we want to just do another list comprehension like we did above?
Yeah, we could do that. What would that look like?
Quotes, quote space quote dot join.
Okay. URIs, right?
Yep.
Format.
And pattern dot split. I'm sorry, pattern sentence dot split.
All right, let's give it a shot. Oops. Okay. Wait, no, we don't want to URIze the pattern. We want to regulate the pattern.
Yeah, that would probably.
Always regulate the pattern. Yes. Iloro ayas lusao I use. It sounds like I'm talking backwards. You know, when you play a record.
Does sort of
backwards. Wijmi. And then there's the alternate ending. Just of F. This is surprise. Alternate ending. Return. Dot join. Nobody expected this ending.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
That's right. And that's Python, so that's perfect. Oh, I typed it wrong. There we go. Surprise alternate ending. We did it. I started typing while I was still in normal mode. All right, so let's go ahead and have this. Add vowels. Okay, so get push. Oh. Cool. Right. So we could do another live coding thing, but actually I think instead, if you're up for it, I just want to take a few minutes and look at this week's coding challenge and just think about how maybe what an approach would be to take this on. I think just looking at it when I was putting it together and thinking that there's going to be some kind of object that represents a human or a zombie. You can have its switch flipped.
I would agree.
Okay. And that probably knows its coordinates so that it stays inside the box and doesn't go outside the box. So it has an X and a Y coordinates, and you could start it, probably have this spot here be 0, 0, so that you stay positive for both X and Y. Or maybe this spot be 0, 0. That might make more sense.
Traditionally, for computer graphics, they have the upper left-hand corner be and have it be positive as you go to the right and as you go down.
Okay, so not like a graph in math, but just have this be 0, 0, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That way.
Has to do with the way old CRT TVs would draw things.
Okay.
It would draw one line at a time screen.
Okay, that makes sense, and it's kind of like reading. It's going left to right, top to bottom. Okay, so then they get placed randomly in the room. They probably have them. What would they have on them as far as methods? Probably like a move method.
Move method. Would definitely need a location stored.
Yep.
And they would definitely need a human zombie flag of some sort.
Right.
You'd probably need some method to determine if they are if they're flipped from human to zombie.
Right, like is zombie or zombified or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And then, so I guess if you're not, if there's no AI involved and the things that are moving don't care whether there are humans and zombies around them, you could have the evaluation of human or zombie outside of the object. So it's just like at the end of the turn, after everything's moved, you see if any zombies and humans are on the same spot and flip the humans that are now on the same spot as the zombies.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that would work if you did decide to go with some sort of AI. I mean, I guess it would still work, but you'd still need to have each object kind of aware of its surroundings.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that gives me a place to start. I do like the 0, 0 up here. That makes more sense. When we were working on that that other Python text adventure, I think I flipped it around and made it, because I started actually, I think, that way. And then I went, well, wait, that's not like a graph. And then I flipped it around so it was positive coordinates going this way with the 0, 0 down here. But I never really liked it because I always seemed to be counting upward that way, and that just seemed wrong. So, yeah, I like that way better. Cool. Well, anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'm good too. And thanks for joining tonight. Hopefully we get our regular crowd back next week. And hey, have a great weekend. Have a good Halloween. I don't know if you have any plans, but have a fun and safe Halloween.
You too.
Thanks. All right. Have a good night.